Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let's get started. So I've already done my eyebrows off camera and I've primed my lids with just some concealer. We're going to be taking the Wet n Wild Rose in the Air palette, and this is what we're going to be creating today's look with. So I'm going to be taking this cream shade here and I'm going to be setting my eyes with this Morphe M521 brush. Just setting that concealer I placed there earlier when I was doing my brows. Okay, now I'm going to be going in with this shade and I'm going to be using the Morphe M412 brush, and I'm just going to be applying this color in the crease and all over the lid. Just taking it back and forth and windshield wiper motions. Okay, so here I went ahead and took this Wet n Wild blending brush and I'm using that to buff out that color that I just placed in the crease. Using the same technique, you know, windshield wiper motions, just buffing side to side, making sure that I'm diminishing the line so that it's not so harsh. Okay, now going back in with the Morphe M412, I'm placing more color in the crease to build it up. And then going back in with that Wet n Wild blending brush and just buffing out the color that I just packed on. It's the same color I placed a while ago, but that's all I'm doing is buffing it out. Moving on to the next eye, I'm going to be pretty much doing the same thing that I did on the other eye. Just trying to get those blends as even as possible. All I'm doing here is going back and making sure that that color that we placed there in the crease and over the lid, that it's blended out before I move on to the next color. Here I know it looks darker, but it's only because I took that same color and was just building it up. Now taking this brick red shade, I'm gonna be taking that and applying it in the crease. So I went back in with that Morphe brush and tried applying that red color, but it wasn't like picking up product, or I don't know, it just wasn't working out for me. So I went ahead and I switched over to this brush that I have, and it's from Target. It's from the Up and Up brand, and it's just a blending brush, and I'm just using that, and it's working out better because it's, you know, packing on the color a lot more than the other brush, as you can tell. Now here I'm taking this clean Morphe brush, I believe it's the M521 brush or something like that, and I'm just buffing out those colors that I applied in the crease, just going over it and making sure that the colors mesh well. Moving on to the next eye, I'm just doing the same thing I did on the other eye. Taking that same brick red color and placing it in the crease. Just blending back and forth, side to side. Now taking this shade here, and I'm taking a flat shader brush from e.l.f. and just spraying it down with that Mario Badescu setting spray. I know it's in a MAC Fix Plus bottle, but I just poured it into there because I like the spritzer in the MAC Fix whatever Fix Plus bottle. Anyways, I'm just applying this color straight onto the lid, and I sprayed the brush just to give it some more pigmentation, to make the pigment a little bit more intense when applying it on the lid. Alright, taking this dark brown eyeshadow in the palette, I'm taking this brush here and I'm just going to be applying this color in the outer third part of the eye, just to intensify the shadow right there in that spot. Alright, now taking this e.l.f. eyeliner in jet black, I'm going to be winging out the liner today, so you'll get a little short mini clip on how I wing my liner, how simple it is for me to wing it out, especially using a liner that has a thin brush like this one. It kind of reminds me of the NYC liquid liner, except the NYC I feel like is a lot better than this one. It's more intense and it's a flat black matte eyeliner. This one, it has a little bit of a sheen to it or something. Excuse those little swatcheroos on the back of my hand. I was at Ulta testing out some liquid lipsticks, so that's what that is. Now here I'm just applying this mascara from Maybelline, the Big Shot mascara. I'm giving my lashes a good coat. Alright, so moving on, we're going to be taking this foundation from LA Colors, and it's in the color Golden Beige. But before that, I'm going to prime my face using the Smashbox Photo Finish primer. I'm just going to be applying a generous amount all over my face. And then I'm going to go in with the Morphe sponge and apply the foundation. Alright, so I'm dotting this all over my face and now blending it out. And you can see with this foundation, it's like full coverage. Look at how nice that looks. It like blends out so nice. I'm loving the coverage on this foundation, from this foundation. It's crazy good. Okay, so here I'm using this brush to clean up around my brows, but I'm using the same color foundation that I applied all over my face around my brows, just so that it all meshes well together. Alright, now going in with this Tarte Amazonian 12-hour clay concealer. I'm applying that underneath my eyes, my forehead, down the bridge of my nose, Cupid's bow, and on my chin, and then just blend it out with the Morphe sponge. Now setting the under eyes with this translucent powder from Coty Airspun. Now while that's sitting under the eyes, I'm going to be taking the Kat Von D Shade Light palette and going in with this color here and just going in the hollows of my cheeks, trying to carve them out, going around the edges of my forehead and down the sides of my face, down my jawline, and then under my chin. And this brush that I'm using, it's a contour brush from Sephora. It came in like a bundle of brushes or something. Now taking this blush from MAC, it's called Trace Gold. I'm running low on it. It's already broken up in the container and everything, but I really like this blush. It has a sheen to it and it kind of bronzes up the skin. I'm using that on the cheeks and just packing on enough because I really do like this color. And then here I'm just taking the Makeup Revolution highlighter in Golden Lights and applying that to the highest points of my face. Now cleaning off that translucent powder with the Morphe MB1 brush. I'm just cleaning up all that, dusting it off. This brush is really fluffy, so it didn't really do a good job at removing the translucent powder, so I kind of had to squeeze it together to get it off. Taking that same shade I used to highlight my face, I'm applying that in the inner corners of my eyes. And then I'm going to be taking this NYX Lingerie liquid lipstick in the shade Truffle Trim and applying that to my lips over the top of that chapstick that I already had on my lips. Wraps it up. I'm just setting my face with some setting spray, and I hope you enjoyed getting ready with me. See you in my next video. Bye.